The United States doesn't have that experience being invaded the way that Russia was invaded, or the way that Germany lost two world wars in very different ways for good reasons. Nothing about that. But the US, the closest to the US to me, is kind of the United Kingdom, which also never lost a very big war in the last 400-500 years. Do you think that that influences the psyche of what one can do with the military?
Well, it absolutely does. And there's just this mythos that we can't lose a battle. And as I've been arguing and ringing the bells for quite a while now, is that if we get foolish and think that we can never lose, and we choose to fight a war with China over Taiwan, for example, we're going to find out what losing looks like. Because again, when you look at the force compositions and the ability to project power, the ability to sustain wars over a long period of time, we don't have it. And if we get locked in with China, they're almost certainly going to prevail. And even if we didn't outright lose, the cost would be monumental, more than what we have ever suffered. And I'm including World War II in that. Likewise, in Europe right now, our ground forces, we spent so long focusing on things that don't really matter, like counterinsurgency and how to do these little missions like in Iraq and in Syria and Afghanistan, et cetera, that we have lost a lot of our large scale combat operations capacities. They're trying to rebuild that now, but it takes time to do. So we're not as good right now as what you may think, as historically we have been. Not to say that we're a paper tiger, because we still have the missiles and the technology and the satellites and the Air Force, the Navy, et cetera, which have a great deal of power. But it is not as invulnerable as some may think, if we are foolish enough to get into a war we shouldn't have to fight.